state of copywriting in Britain today?
It hardly exists.
I hate advertising. I turn the sound down on the television. I throw away the supplements with the ads in it. I find it's boring and predictable and not engaging.
I think it's okay, actually. I think there's lots to be excited about.
I just cringe at the
advertising.
One of the evidences of this is posters. You would think that a 48-sheet poster is a wonderful opportunity for any copywriter to use 5 or 6 words and one picture to tremendous effect. But I challenge anyone to name a great poster that they've seen, and maybe 1 or 2, but hardly any, lately. It just doesn't exist as a medium.
It's just not as black and white as to sort of go, think of a poster, I write the words, the other person does the picture. It's completely changed.
I almost think it's a sort of different thing. Even though it's writing copy, it's not copywriting like what we do. It's kind of necessary writing, if that makes sense.
And it is, I think, very connected with creative teams actually not deciding to be a writer and art director, working together.
I think copyright is a bit of a misnomer now.
It's all about sort of immediate response, but there's no wit, there's no charm, there's no actual quality of an idea.
Copywriting is an essential part and it's being neglected.
It's about making content engaging, like anything that you're doing, whether it be art direction, copywriting, any kind of communication with your audience, like it needs to be fun, or it needs to be it needs to hit something.
I think there's a huge divide in the way that people consume advertising.
What about digital advertising, social media?
Social media, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with it. I've no clue at all.
There is hardly any writing in it, is there?
You're actually interacting with people, and that's super exciting. Like, I send a tweet out, I get responses, I tweet back, and I'm actually having conversations with real people, and that's super exciting, and I love it.
Now I talk to young copywriters who go, well, you don't need to read anything because you just do it. To which the answer is, no, you don't just do it. It's a hard discipline.
We have a couple of youngsters, one in particular who's 25, who is absolutely brilliant and loves the craft, and he reads a lot, and he's you know, to write a beautiful headline, you can see the buzz on his face.
Because we have, like, for example, in our agency, copywriting is split into about 4 different things.
As a craftsperson, shouldn't you be able to write in any medium?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think every copywriter should be able to switch disciplines and write for social media as well as writing a traditional press ad.
But just because I drive, I don't think I can win the Formula One.
We noticed that there were writers who were very good at print and writers who were very good at television, but they didn't often shine at both.
They don't have any time. They don't give them a minute. No. You're a genius. Think it up now. Quick.
I can write a good bit of copy quite quickly. So if I've got my hook and off I go and I'm going away, it's having the time to do the overnight test.
The true writing is kind of rewriting, you know, because a lot of people just think, you know, bang, I've done it, there you go, job done. You know, and I think it's just kind of learning to kind of always try and cut back where possible and streamline it and just keep writing it and writing it.
And the other thing I would say, but this may be out of date, is edit, edit, edit. There's always a shorter way of saying it, really. But when you're talking to people who are twittering, they probably don't need this advice.
In the past, you know, as we know at CDP, you'd have weeks to do an ad. Craftsmanship governed everything. Time was not an issue. Now it's gone completely reverse.
The client's comments come back, so you spent 2 days writing it, and then the client's comments come back, and then you've got to change that, and then you've got to change that, and you spend more time changing 15 words than you ever did writing the thing in the first place.
And the invention of track changes is just, you know, the worst thing ever for copywriters. Track changes, because, you know, and again, as we were saying, that's actually a fault of the agency, that it shouldn't come to the writer with just the client's actually amended in, here's all their things, just accept them or decline them. Why?
Why shouldn't clients do track changes?
Because it completely undermines our job and what we do.
These are human beings that are supposed to be talking to human beings. These people are turning these things into big machines that mean nothing.
Do you think clients value copy less or more?
Judging by what you see in the paper, which is, you know,
Exactly.
frequently ship? The answer is no.
The balance has changed. The art directors have become more and more proficient, more and more skilled in what they do. Photographers have become more numerous and in some cases more skilled. And the visual aspect has taken over from the verbal aspect.
Words are the nucleus of communication, really. Advertising is a good point, well made, but we're the ones that make their point in a nice way. Okay, art direction dresses up a little bit more, but we're the ones making the point.
The unsupported visual image is not 1,000 words. It's no words at all.
I think we also need to value our clients.
The copywriters are, I don't know what they are or where they come from or what they hope to do. It just doesn't seem to be, who are their heroes?
I don't think we have any modern day heroes, actually, in craft.
I mean, I've just come out of a degree where, and it's a creative advertising degree, so we never really got like down to the nitty-gritty of being taught the actual craft to a T.
Ideas obviously are everything, but executing them beautifully is what makes them magnificent.
I feel like in a lot of modern agencies, because of the pace of work and the fast turnarounds, there's kind of less and less time to really like coach and kind of mentor people.
To somebody, I think, like John, who really wants to nurture the talent coming along. I never walked out of John's room without thinking, if he'd not liked it, encouraged to do it better. And that is something really, really good, I think.
Very rare.
Whereas before you had a lot more time to craft, everything is much quicker now.
There's one other thing I think we haven't looked at, which I think probably doesn't happen anymore, and that is the factory visit. Now, for me, I was a big fan of the factory visit.
Still am.
I think that kind of flexibility to go out and get inspired has been lost from when I started working to now.
To me, the key issue is this clash, is this contradiction between everything being wanted instantly and no time, and the need for craftsmanship.
But if I'm talking to a young writer setting out now, I would say, ask who your client is. Try to imagine him as a person and learn, or to speak in his voice, to find a voice which is his and no one else's.
You're not, you may be the biggest corporation in the world, but you're actually a person speaking to a person.
I think you have to make yourself believe in what you're saying and in what you're selling. If you don't believe it, then I don't think anybody else will.
Yeah, I am a writer. I feel it in my blood, and I know I can write, and that's what I want to do for a living.
I think perhaps, look, the copywriters can't by themselves do anything. They need something to come along.
What do you consider your role? As a last question. Are you a copywriter still, or is there another word to describe what you do?
I'll always be a copywriter, it's in there.
Even though that's no longer my job title, that is still what I am.
Copywriter, love words, words are my thing, love them to pieces, love playing with them, love doing stuff with them, love them. But obviously, I'm supposed to come up with ideas, but I come up with the ideas through my words, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm a copywriter.
Maybe it's time for writers to assert our power again.